I was there 3 days ago when he was taken from the police station to the hospital. So I was part of those taken to the hospital. So I think we had some brief conversation and then I left him to rest because he wasn't feeling well. So that was before the court case yesterday. I think if anyone has gotten a bit closer to him within the few days, I should be able to put myself within that category.
So you said you saw him before you were taken to the hospital. What condition was he in?
So he complained on Tuesday evening that he wasn't feeling well to the police officers, but they ignored him. And then Wednesday morning, he reiterated again that he wasn't feeling well. So the police called his mom. So the mom came over, and then we had to get a doctor for him. After the doctor checked him, we realized his BP was extremely high. So he needed emergency care. So we had to arrange and then move him over to a police station. Initially, the doctor recommended one that was 50 minutes away from the police station. But the police insisted that they had to transfer him all the way from Ashaiman to the police hospital in Accra. So that was what they did. And we just had to tailgate them and then make sure that he's receiving medical attention before we left. So that was what happened on Wednesday in regards to Oliver's situation. Yeah.
By the time you left, was he eating better?
He was resting when I left. So that was after doctors have attended to him and I had to leave. They gave him some medications to control the blood pressure.
And then he had to turn up in court just less than 24 hours after he was in the hospital.
Yeah.
Had the situation improved in any way when he turned up in court, or you didn't have the opportunity of going to court?
Mostly with blood pressure, it's not something you can see from, let me say, outwardly. It's not a detectable issue. So it mostly has to do with how the person feels within themselves. So I didn't speak with him after the court case because the police held him right after the hearing to move away with him. And instead of taking him back to the hospital, they give the direction to us that we should go and collect his items from the hospital and then bring it to the police station. So someone who is sick and needs medical care was driven back to the police station. So that was what happened after the whole court hearing.
Well, let me, because he has been in detention for a while. First of all, what does the group feel about his continuous detention in cells and the reasons that have been assigned for it?
We basically feel it's just a direct abuse of power, and it's basically a kangaroo process. Everything that's happened so far is not close to even establishing any fact that whatever he wrote on Facebook carried any intent or any actions that were supposed to be taken right after. And everything we've seen so far is just to make a mockery of everything that justice means in Ghana. So we as a group, basically, we expect something like this happen because Oliver has been saying it, and they even wrote a long write-up on it, detailing everything that happens if someone that the state wants happens to fall into the hands of the police. That is exactly what is happening now. I think we published some of them, I think like a week ago. We published one on Oliver's website that we tweeted for him after he was taken away. It details everything. Anyone that reads it will think, okay, this guy could see into the future. Because obviously, he's a lawyer, so he knows basically how the police and then the justice agencies in Ghana here malign our laws and tend to accept it when it comes to prosecuting people and bringing them before courts to seek for their own liberty. So that is exactly what we are saying. So we are not shocked, but just that we are a bit disappointed that they keep on abusing the state powers like this. And it's quite sad, but we are not shocked at all.
You're saying he wrote an article anticipating that this is what will happen if any of you, including himself, were to be arrested on a charge of such nature?
He wrote that during the Captain Police court issue. And everything he wrote in there is exactly what is happening now. It's the same thing. Police will arraign you before an inappropriate court. The court will come and speak, tell you they don't have the power, they remand you, they remand again, till they feel they've frustrated you enough, so they decide to push a case forward. That's exactly what is happening right now. So we are not shocked. And looking at how even our AG's office could go full force out and lie in front of our apex court and then come and turn their backs when they go to the high court, it doesn't shock us. Because that is exactly what state agencies know how to do best. It's to lie, to turn the truth to the opposite and do the opposite of the truth. They give us the assurance in the apex court that they were not going to oppose any bail application. If they knew Oliver was a flight risk then, why did they say that? So you give a promise in front of the Supreme Court, and then you come to the High Court and then you do the direct opposite. And these are the agencies that are Minister for Justice, someone who is supposed to make sure that justice steps to the citizens of Ghana, is going around doing, issuing lies in front of our apex court. So if you could lie to the whole court, then I don't know how to classify him as a minister in full.
Okay, you're talking about the fact that when they appeared before the Supreme Court, they indicated that they were not going to oppose a bail application from Oliver Barker Vormawor's lawyers. But that was exactly what they did yesterday. But their reasons were, one, that they couldn't trace, he had not been cooperating. They couldn't trace any permanent place of abode. And he hadn't demonstrated that he had people who could stand surety for him, people of the caliber needed to stand surety for him.
Okay.
Those were reasons that they gave.
Oh, I see.
Are they saying those reasons were untenable?
Sure, it is from who? Have they seen those people? Because even on the third day that we found out it was Tata Sherman, people were actually tuning up to make sure that they signed for his bail. So sure it is from who? Or those people that came there also have criminal records. So I don't get the whole thing. I think I have the affidavit from the AG's office. I went through. Basically what he's telling us is that everyone who is in Ghana that is renting, if you should fall foul of the law, you'll be denied bail because you don't have a permanent residence. I don't know when that started. I don't know when that came into full force, but it just does not tally with natural common sense. It doesn't go with it. Secondly, he's trying to tell us that all our friends and brothers who live abroad, who have a permanent residency abroad, and they come here for visits. If they come here, they come and visit and fall foul of the law, then they are not going to be given bail because, yes, they don't live in Ghana here. It doesn't make sense. I don't know how this even turns into something that should be a key point in denying someone bail. Oliver is a Ghanaian. His dad and mom are in Ghana here. They have a permanent residency here. They've not absconded. They've not left this country before. So why give this flat excuse? You ask the person where he lives, and we have to tell you that he is not in Ghana here. So when he comes, it's mostly short stay. So he does not have a permanent place to reside. He said he still wants to. He said, okay, before I left Ghana, this was where I was living. And you took the person to that person's place, who is a friend of Oliver, went and ransacked the place, turned it upside down, looking for non-existent evidence to back someone's claim that was written on Facebook, the Facebook comments. So when they did that, and then they went back, you've confiscated his mobile phone. You've done all those things. Now you've gone and you are telling us that you went for a warrant to compel him to open his phone. If you open the phone and you write something on it to incriminate him, how do we know? How do we establish that? How do we even defend that? Because that is his personal property. So in the full face of the law, you just do not throw treason felony on people. When you just do that, you need to make sure that you've done investigations very well. You do this, you pick up one person who doesn't even know how to control a gun, and then you just take the person, you beat him up, and then the agent is lying blatantly that he was arrested at 10 p.m. He's at Accra Airport at Ashaman police station. Or Oliver was just, I don't even know how to even say. He walked willingly from Accra all the way to Ashaman police station to go and hand himself over. That police arrest me. You took the person at the airport, you beat him for 5 hours straight, and then you dumped him at the Ashaman police. He wasn't arrested there. So after abducting him, I want the AG to correct that on the affidavit because I don't know why a full minister of justice will sit down for his full office to be lying to the whole nation. It's very, very bad, and it's very, very wrong. If he has anything called honorable attached to his name, he should do the honorable thing by telling us the truth. Oliver was not arrested at 10 p.m. He was abducted at 5 p.m. And that is what
abducted.
Yes, abducted. If you arrest someone without telling them what their issue is, what they flouted in the law, you don't allow them to have legal counsel for 25 solid hours. It's abduction. It's abduction. So you abduct someone, you beat him not once but twice because he decided not to allow you into his mobile phone.
He was beaten
twice at the airport, from one point at the airport to the other point at the airport, by two different people. So if you do this and then you do all this and you come and lie to us that he was arrested at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. where? 10 p.m. where? When those guys... When
was he arrested? If you say the AG is lying, what time was he arrested?
Oliver was arrested around 5:29 p.m. But if you say arrested, I think that is... He was abducted at 5:29 p.m. at the airport. Because I was texting him and then I just lost connection because he told me he was touching down. So the network is very, very poor. So I had to wait. When he gets down, he will call me back. Then afterwards, the line just went blank. We went to the police station. We went to the police headquarters. They said they do not have Oliver. This was before 10 p.m. We went to National Security. They told us the same thing. We went to all the agencies that we could knock on to ask if they have Oliver in their grasp. They all said a blunt and no. And this was someone who has vanished for 5 hours. And it took the police from 10 p.m. all the way to midnight to alert Ghana that they had Oliver in their hands. And even that one, we had to go to the Shaman police station. In the morning, we asked them, is Oliver here? They said, no, they don't have Oliver. We had to roam and scout about 15 police stations in Tema, under the Tema Regional Police Command, before we came back to the Shaman again. And then afterwards, they arrested 4 of our conveners for trying to forcefully enter and see if Oliver was there, when they knew very well that they had it. So if not for that scene that the guys created, they would have still continued denying that Oliver was with them. So after they confirmed that he is with them, before they called the family and the legal counsel to have access to Oliver. This was 25 hours after someone was abducted, and we still did not know where he was. So if the AG is fully an honorable gentleman like he claims he is, when it comes to court, the first thing he needs to do is to tell us the truth. He did the same thing at the High Court during the injunction that was placed on our demonstration. He lied. That day I was very, very furious. I almost shouted at that what he was saying is a huge lie. So I don't know why he goes about and telling us in the courtroom. He was telling the judge that he had grounds that people were trying to come into our midst to create a scene to disturb the peace of this state. When we ourselves the ones organizing it, we do not even know who those people were. We ask the police, if someone is doing this, why don't you alert us? Because we are the ones organizing this. They didn't. They'll tell you security apparatus, whatever. We don't care. But you cannot use, rough taxes to deny us our rights, to even open our mouths to agitate or to call for the right thing to be done in our own state. So it's quite shocking that someone who calls himself the Minister for Justice will be going around doing this. And they've done it several times. I mean, I seriously don't care what they will do to me because I know very well that the only thing they know and the only thing that leaders in Ghana here know how to do better is to abuse power.
So now Oliver is back in police detention.
Yes.
Would there be any further attempts to try to get him bail? Is that under consideration?
We'll go back to court on Monday. The AG's affidavit in the position to our bail was filed late, so we couldn't be served. So our lawyers are now studying it. But like I said, it doesn't contain anything. I think the footnote contains some pictures from his Facebook page, about 6 pictures. And they are saying those were the pictures that he was using to incite people to do coup. If something is happening all the way in Guinea, and people are jubilating over their own coup, me that I live in Ghana here, why should I be saying that it is wrong? I don't care, because if truly democracy was serving them well, they wouldn't be on the streets jubilating. So obviously they know very well that whatever their soldiers did over there was to liberate them. We in Ghana here, we do not care. You cannot link something that happened in Guinea and someone made commentary on to come and say that he's supporting something to happen similar like that in Ghana here. This Russia-Ukraine that is going on, I see world leaders condemning Russia. Me personally, I'm also someone who believes that NATO should not be poking their nose into people's business and surrounding the states to make them feel like they are not secured enough. So I'm also for Russia. Doesn't mean that when I write something on my Facebook page, Facebook page, and something should happen across the regional boundaries of Ghana here, and then I comment in Ghana here, police come and arrest me because I did that. It doesn't make sense. So that is why I keep on reiterating that if you want to abuse the state power, make sure you have the facts. And what they are doing right now is a huge mockery of whatever they set up to call a justice system in Ghana here. It's a huge mockery. Both to the judiciary arm of governance and to we the people ourselves who believe that our Muslim carries freedom and justice. This is a huge mockery to whatever Ghana stands for. Because there is no justice that is in this. This is justified injustice. And it doesn't make sense to anyone who has common sense with it in their brains.